Once, in a remote mountain village, there lived a wise monk named Hiroshi. People traveled from distant lands to seek his wisdom, and he offered guidance on everything from love and loss to the pursuit of inner peace. One day, a young man named Hiro visited Hiroshi, seeking clarity about a question that had troubled him for some time. "Master Hiroshi," Hiro began, "I have been in relationships, and I have known the pleasures of intimacy. But I've recently withdrawn from the world, and I wonder what will happen to me if I stop seeking such connections. Will I feel emptier? Will I miss out on something fundamental to my life?" Hiroshi listened quietly, his gaze calm and steady. Finally, he motioned for Hiro to follow him outside. Together, they walked through the woods until they reached a large, calm lake. "Look at this lake, Hiro," Hiroshi said. "What do you see?" Hiro studied the lake for a moment. "I see a vast expanse of still water, a mirror reflecting the sky." "Indeed," Hiroshi replied. "This lake is much like our inner selves. When we are constantly distracted or stirred by external desires, our minds ripple like disturbed water. But as we let go of certain attachments, the waters settle, and the mind becomes a clear mirror that reflects life with perfect clarity." Hiro was silent, trying to understand the metaphor. "Intimacy and connection are part of life," Hiroshi continued. "But when they become needs, they cloud our minds. When we let go of certain attachments, not just physical, but also emotional, we may at first feel a sense of emptiness, as if something is missing. But if we stay patient and still, like this lake, something profound happens. In the emptiness, a new depth of understanding, peace, and inner joy begins to emerge. You begin to see yourself as whole, needing nothing but what you already are." "Curious," Hiro asked, "but won't that feel lonely?" Hiroshi smiled. "The paradox of true solitude, my young friend, is that it leads to a feeling of profound connection. When we are alone, without the desire to grasp onto others, we start to connect deeply with ourselves. This connection opens the door to compassion and love for all beings, as we see ourselves reflected in them. Only when we stop needing things to complete us do we truly understand what it is to be whole." As they sat by the lake, Hiro noticed how peaceful he felt in the stillness. The worries that had plagued him began to dissolve in the simplicity of the present moment. He understood that stepping away from certain desires wasn't about deprivation. It was about discovering a deeper, more fulfilling way to be. "Thank you, Master Hiroshi," he said softly. "I see now that letting go of certain desires is not an end, but a path to finding my true self." Hiroshi placed a gentle hand on Hiro's shoulder. "Remember, Hiro, it's not about renouncing life, but about finding balance. When you need nothing, everything you experience becomes a gift. And when you love without needing, your love becomes limitless, like the still lake reflecting the boundless sky." With that, Hiro returned to the village, carrying with him a newfound sense of peace and wholeness that would guide him through the ever-changing waters of life.